think it all started with, well, he got headaches the past couple weeks, and we figured nothing about it. And then the weekend we went to Palm Springs, I ended up getting a concussion, and now I feel like I'm lucky that I did, because that week he came down and actually got to spend my birthday with me. And then that next week went back to Lodi, and by Monday he was still having headaches. Got diagnosed to Lodi Memorial Hospital on Tuesday.
And just from that short amount of time is when they found everything out with what was wrong. He had a really rare blood clot in his brain.
I mean, it's still not real, and I remember, like, at first, like, everyone was saying, like, it's not real, like, what do you mean? Like, they didn't understand. We were like, no, you have to get down here, like, you need to rush down. So
they had to go in for brain surgery, and they had warned my mom before he went in that this brain surgery is, like, a really difficult one to get because it's a really large mass, so it was going to be difficult no matter what.
They rushed him to surgery, tried to, you know, drain it out, do what they could, but in the end it was just too little too late. I would have to say that was probably the hardest thing I've ever had to do in my life, was to, you know, see him lay there lifeless, you know. It was very difficult.
He was like the dad of everyone. He was everyone's dad too. So it was really hard to like rebuild off of that. But I think just knowing that he's still here is really helping. Like we can always, especially out here on this field, we can always feel him out here.
I've heard from many people that the 5 minutes they meet him, they feel like they're family. They feel like they've known him for years. And I've been hearing this for like years and years. I'm like, I don't get it. I don't get it.
First time I met him, I remember him saying to me that he was excited to see me play because I looked like I could be a big hitter, and he was just excited to get me and Brooke on the field and couldn't wait to see what would happen. Like, this is probably one of the most influential people I had in my life, that as soon as I got to college, he brought me in and started, you know, taking care of me and teaching me things and trying to help me get through my college years.
For the most part, we're staying together and like united, and Coach has been so awesome about all of it. She's been like the biggest supporter and fan, and she like is amazing.
When we found out that this kind of, you know, that Joe had passed away, you know, as a staff we kind of got together and it's like, okay, we'd like to do a patch. We want them sewn on to all of our uniforms. We want it on our hats. We did, you know, obviously the drag, which was, Joe never could sit in one spot.
He did a lot of crazy things at the softball field, so I mean, like, just like seeing him pop up in random places, or like me wondering how he even got like through gates in like certain spots. I'm like, how are you even on the field right now, man?
If we're doing well, you know, in a game, he had to stay in that spot. If we were not doing well, he had to keep moving. So he was always, you know, roaming around.
I can't remember, I think it was my sophomore year when he first started sitting out there, and he used to put his jersey that said number 10 on there. And then after a while it just became his seat. He was never supposed to sit on that too. But, you know, with him, this was like his kingdom here. So he felt like he owned everything. So having his name on that seat was pretty cool. Up until this last year, he was the happiest I've ever seen him. Just full of life, you know, at the tailgates that we have, like anybody walking by with a red shirt, with a Bulldog shirt, you had to come and get his grill. You had to get his food.
That was like his thing. Everyone came out to tailgates, everyone ate, like he stuffed them to the max. Like they cooked way too much food.
He loved being a Bulldog. He loved watching his daughter play on this field. He loved his kids to the moon and back, and they'll tell you that. He used to say that, and he really did.
I think he missed very few games, and when he did, he was bugging me, texting me, you know, how's it going? How you playing? Like everything. I think this was like his life out here. I think he like found himself and true happiness, to be honest.
He loved that I recorded when we traveled, like out in center field, because he would come out in center field, give me his input, tell me what I'm doing. Like he would always come back there and start yelling, and then I'd have to tell him, Dad, the camera's recording, I can hear you, you need to keep it down. He didn't really do it all the time, but the times he did keep it down, it was a little better. Coaches just got a laugh out of it when they replayed the videos.
He was so supportive, honestly just my best friend. Starting the Ohio State game, I just told myself, just relax and have fun, and I know he's right there with me.
The fact that everyone was involved with it and everyone wanted to do more, like the first pitch, and Coach got the patches on the jerseys and everything, it was like you could really tell that he was like loved out here. Originally, my mom was supposed to throw the first pitch, but she didn't feel like she was strong enough to, so my uncle kind of took on the role as dad, and he's been super awesome in all this. He was funny because he was so nervous before. He was like in the tailgate, like practicing, like shrugging his shoulders, like getting ready. He was like, I don't know if I should go underhand, overhand. Like he was freaking out. It was so cute. And so he was joked with Brooke a little bit, shook his head a couple times before he actually threw it.
Although I didn't catch it. It was really cool to have all of our family in the moment of silence, and even when all the girls were down the line and we all, had a big hug around each other. It was incredible. Like I knew he was there the whole time, and I think with, my uncle throwing out the first pitch, he found, peace in coming here now.
Going through that game, you just wanted her to succeed. Like, come on, Brooke, the ball hit to her, like, come on. And for her to get the game-winning hit to score, it was icing on the cake. I mean, for her to be able to come out and even play in that game, and then to do so well defensively, she did phenomenal. And for her to get the game-winning, it was just, and you can see it, on that picture that was up on the web, just the excitement, the emotion, it was just a special moment. It's one that, I'll never forget, and one that I still get goosebumps thinking about.
In the end, it's, step by step, day by day, and I think these girls are my biggest support staff. I don't think I would even be playing this far if it weren't for them, if it weren't for my coaches. I didn't realize how important he was to everyone's life, and the fact that these girls are like my best friends, they're my family. I would do anything for them, and knowing that they would do anything, for my family and me is just amazing. They're my biggest support staff.